everyone, it's Steve with Ziggy's Lawn and Landscape. We are heading out to a bi-weekly lawn account, and it is Monday, June 20th. It's around 2:30. We just finished about 16 or 17 weekly lawns that we do, and we are heading to a bi-weekly that I do not like doing bi-weeklies. That's going to be the whole point of this video. What do you guys think about bi-weeklies? Do you do them? Do you only do weekly accounts? Does it matter? Like, does it depend on the property? So we're going to show you some footage of this job. Me particularly, I do not like bi-weekly lawn accounts. Number one is they're trying to save money when they ask for a bi-weekly price instead of doing it every week. They automatically want to save money, which means, to me, in my experience, that they're not going to pay on time, and they're going to want a bunch of other little things done while you're there, which is a very key word with clients that want to do bi-weekly. Actually, up to 123 accounts total we have this year. We have, I think, 6 bi-weeklies. 5 of them are right next to the house where we live, so they're convenient at the end of the week that they're scheduled for. And this other one is good friends of ours, and it's worth it based upon what I price it at. So we'll show you the property. And I'll tell you right now, I charge $200 every 2 weeks to cut the grass here. And you can either cut too much grass or not enough grass here, and it's just one of those properties where it doesn't matter. The grass just needs to be cut. There's no striping involved. You just got to make the tall grass short. And there's nothing very fancy. We're in and out in like not even 40 minutes. So $200 is worth it for me. And then I get paver jobs from them and the leaves and everything else. So it's worth it to do this bi-weekly one. Now you might pull up to a really, really nice house. The grass is beautiful and they want bi-weekly because they want to save money, and then you find yourself cutting the grass 3 times, say 2 to 3 times, to make it to the right height, and that's just not worth it. It's too much stress on the machines. Blades are extremely expensive. The cost of everything, you're gonna suck up a rock, a stick, a dog bone. It's just not worth it, unless you have a house that, say, is Bermuda grass and it doesn't grow at all. Then maybe it's worth it to go there twice a month instead of 4 times, and factoring in fuel that, hey, I could go there twice instead of 4 based upon how much gas costs to actually send guys to the house. So come along to this lawn. We'll take a couple clips to show you how high it is in between 2 weeks instead of a weekly, and then we'll talk more at the end of the video. Hey guys, Jimmy from Ziggy's Lawn and Landscape here. We are at the house right now doing the grass. Like Steve was saying before, this is a bi-weekly account. We don't really do bi-weeklies except for a couple. There are typically bigger places like this that have more grass, and usually they're places where we don't use the walker mower like at all. We'll use the stand-on mowers because we just let the grass fly. And these houses are big enough to make it worth it to have bi-weekly cuts, where the money is worth it for coming all the way out to do it. And they're easier to keep track of because, like I said, they're bigger accounts and we only have a couple of them. But basically, the job here is every so often we got to just clean off the sides of the driveway. Some of the weeds and whatnot hang over. And then I'm going to take you for a little walk. We're going to look at some of the grass spots here. So there's a nice little field down here, back in there, where just take the mower right down there, and there's like minimal weed whacking, except for like maybe just perimeter rock here or there. There's actually a lot of trees in here, but this is like kind of like a woodsy account. There's a little small field over here to the left, up in there. And then out by the road down here, there's a couple little islands in here with grass that grows here and there. And then over by the mailbox up here to the left, small little nice field. And then there's one down there to the right. You can see it through the woods there. And up in the back behind this house, this is also like a dog daycare too. Up in the woods, it goes up a hill, and I would say probably just as much grass as in the front is also in the back, and there's a pool area and stuff up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get on the stand-on mower, and I'm gonna start cutting down these sections down here while Steve is up there weed whacking the areas, and then we're just gonna get rocking and rolling. So 45, 50 minutes it took us, and we're wrapping up now. Steve's blowing off the driveway. And like I said before, you know, this is a little bit of a bigger house. We can get the standard mower back here. On the whole thing, we don't have to use the walker, which on a bi-weekly house anyway, using the walker to bag the grass is kind of a pain in the butt, because then it fills up, then you got to dump it, and then you're instead of cutting the grass once and filling up, you're filling up twice, and then you got to go dump it twice. You know, it just kind of wastes the time there. And then also another reason why we don't really like to do bi-weeklies is because when you have guys working for us, we got 2 other employees. It gets hard to keep track of kind of what's going on. You know, if you have something weekly set up, it's just right in the line. You just do it every single week. But when you have bi-weekly, you know, you kind of get to that point where you're like, kind of forget what I did last week. And then, you know, if a guy misses something or whatever and they don't do it, then you got to go all the way back and do it. And then that just pretty much, you're not making any money at that point. You know, what some people I don't think understand in this business is that it's more about the economics of what's working in the business rather than the accounting. So if you do bi-weeklies, yes, you will make money, but it's how much money can you make. You know, if you're doing a bi-weekly house, more likely than not, what we found is that they don't do any other side work. They don't do trimming, they don't do mulch, they don't do cleanups, you know. So for every minute you're on that bi-weekly house, you're not on another house that makes you more money. Let's just say you have a weekly house that signs up for mulch. They do spring cleanups, they do fall cleanups. That account is more valuable than a bi-weekly only account. So for every minute you're spending just cutting grass or not cutting grass every week on another house, could be time that you could have another client that you're doing work for making more money. And that's why we're very selective with our bi-weeklies, because either they're just flat out worth it, or they're people who sign up for a ton of other stuff. And it's almost like you just can't turn them down because they're good customers and there's a lot of work for them. All right, so I think I just said everything to wrap it up, but you got any more remarks?
Like he said, that it just has to be worth your time. You can have to envision yourself, can I make more money being at someone else's house doing something for an existing weekly client instead of a bi-weekly account, where most likely they don't usually sign up for anything additional like mulching. They do the leaves typically by themselves because it just seems like they're always in a bind. They're trying to save the money to save money themselves and just save money in general. That's why they're having to only cut it twice a month. But as you can tell, there was a couple clips from that house. I think we were there roughly 40 minutes, and it would try to charge them $200. So it's worth it. That one's definitely worth it because, like I said before we started, you can do too much or you can do too little. That client doesn't really care about anything. They just want the grass cut, and that's it. So that one's worth it. But going forward, probably next year, I'm going to probably just switch over to everything weekly and really try to dive more into the side work, because that seems like that's where the money's at. But for this year, we'll hang on to the few bi-weeklies that we have left, and I'd like to hear people are starting to comment more, which is great, and getting everyone interacting in the comment section. So we're going to just wonder, what are you guys doing bi-weekly accounts? Do you guys like them? Are they profitable for you and your business? And if you don't do them, what's your main reason for not doing them? So if you feel free to leave a comment down low and let us know your thoughts. Thanks for watching this video.
Yeah, go down there, leave a comment, and we'd appreciate it. If you want to see more videos, definitely hit that subscribe button, and we're coming out with more videos every day. So we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks for watching.